Divergent. I know this came out long time ago, but I didn't see it in theaters because I do live in Spain and everything's dubbed here, and I hate that, so I don't go to theaters. I rarely do. So I just got a chance to see it. I have no idea why I'm doing this review, actually, now that I think about it, but whatever, let's keep going. I did read the books when I saw that the movie was coming out, and it was a big thing, and I did the same thing with Twilight, and Hunger Games, and 50 Shades of Grey. I've read all of those, stupid-ass series. No offense if you like them, but come on. Divergent was clearly... Because I did like the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games, I thought, I loved the politics behind it, and I really liked it. But the Divergent was clearly this woman just saw how much money Hunger Games made and Twilight made and said, I can do this. I will just change district to factions and we're done, right? That's good enough. And apparently it is, because I think it made a ton of money. Not as much as Hunger Games or Twilight, but it still was successful enough that they will be splitting this last book into 2 movies, of course. So, I actually enjoyed the books. They weren't terrible. They weren't, like, awful, like 50 Shades of Grey was. They were actually enjoyable. I was into it. I was like, okay, I see where things are going. I totally saw the plots and twists, by the way. It wasn't anything too surprising. So I was into the movie. I was like, okay, I'll watch it. Shailene Woodley, I hate her. I don't know why. I mean, I saw, I think, the first season of Secret Life of the American Teenager, and she was awful in it, and she keeps being awful. I didn't like her in The Spectacular Now, even though she was good, because her character is supposed to be awkward. I haven't seen The Fault in Our Stars, and I have no intention to, because that looks awful. So I really don't like Shailene Woodley, but in this one, she wasn't that terrible. Let's just say that. She wasn't awful. So that's good enough for me. The main guy, I didn't like him. I think he was just trying to be, oh, I'm supposed to be brooding. Whatever, I didn't like him. And then Zoe Kravitz was good. I liked her, and I liked the sidekicks, and I loved the guy. I think he played Will. If anybody knows this, he played Abigail's brother in Skins. Oh my god, I freaked out when I saw him. He's the guy that gives a dose to Effie when she overdoses in Skins. So yeah, that guy, the one that goes out with Michelle. I was super happy to see him, and Miles Teller was in it. And I really like Miles Teller, but in this one, he had some good lines, some smart-ass lines, but it seems like he was just saying them. He wasn't into it that much. And I saw the scene that got cut when, spoiler, someone's eye gets taken out. Apparently that was too graphic to be put in theaters, and it was too much for a PG-13 rating, I guess. So they will be putting that in a DVD, and I saw that, and I wish it had been in the movie, because that was one of my favorite scenes in the book. So I was disappointed by that, and it would have solidified Peter's character more, I guess, if we had seen this guy's eye gets taken out. So I would have liked to see it. I think it would have solidified Peter more for me, because right now he's just like that, and he does become a bigger character later on. So whatever, it's Divergent, and I don't know why, but every like 3 seconds, when the Divergent show up, they have the same fucking song, the one with the drums, which is in every commercial here in Spain, by the way. Every commercial has that song, so I was already sick of it, and I hear it in the movie like 5 times, and I was done. What is Kate Winslet doing in this movie? Why is she in this? Was she desperate? Because she's not even a big character until spoiler later on. So, okay. It was a good adaptation, let's just say that. It was faithful. It was absolutely faithful. A couple things got taken out, but I don't think anything was really changed. I wasn't really paying much attention. It felt like a long movie. I really enjoyed the whole training section, which was like the first hour. And I wanted to spend more time with the training section of the movie. The fighting and the shooting, I really liked that. And then suddenly, oh, we're in the middle of this conflict. That was quick. So, it's a long movie, and it got really boring by the end when I didn't care at all. And everything seemed a bit rushed. It's a bit rushed in the books, you know, it's supposed to be that way because it's supposed to be chaotic, and this just happens to happen. But in the book, there's a lot more political sort of discussions, and there's a lot more background, and there's a lot more, you know, scenes of them at the Divergent headquarters. They're reading the newspapers, and there was one scene where Peter was, you know, taunting her, whatever her name is, Triss, and he's reading the headlines, but there was a lot more of that in the book, so you get to see what's going on outside of their faction. And it seemed like they didn't have time for this in the movie, which I get. They don't have all the time in the world. So, Divergent, I mean, what am I supposed to say? This is not a masterpiece, but it wasn't awful. It was way better than Twilight. It wasn't as good as The Hunger Games, and that's all it is. It's sort of in the middle. It's right there if you wanted. Just, yeah, you can read the books in like 1 week and just be done with it, and just watch the movie and you're done with it. So, Divergent, at least it was a faithful adaptation, which is fine. I mean, it's nothing that difficult to adapt. I assume that they're just gonna fill it with crap for the last book and the last 2 movies, because it does not need to be 2 movies. Just pack it in one and make it quick and get the cash. Make some money.